So apparently I have an ocarina now. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is TheCanoCam here today to do another one of those vlog things that are like a podcast and so on my TheCanoCam channel. And that's why, as well, I have my mic here today. Partially because, if you can hear that, really annoying that there's a heat vent in the background half the time, and having it just on the audio of the camera sounds like really bad. I don't like it. But it's another time. Hey, it actually went off. Finally. But yeah, I got my ocarina a while ago. That's for like a learn something new assignment that I did. I'm going to possibly put that up on my channel. I might even just talk about that first. I have that's one of my main topics. Not on the board topics, but on my hand topics. There's a difference. Hand topics are more important. Not really. But, yeah. For content of this channel, I know that my vlogs have been very all over the place, but still they've been long for these things. So, that's good. Also, I just remembered is that if at any point my camera just freaks out at me, I might need to just plug it in, because I didn't do that to start with. Anyway, I haven't really been posting that much to this channel for a while, and originally this channel was just like a bunch of crazy... That's the problem with having a mic, is I want to be more animated, but I can't. But I used to have like a ton of just random crap on this channel, and that's what I want to do again. Because I have videos of like my friends doing parkour over a car, just because why not? And like slow-mo eating, because that's the one other video that was just like, this has to be done right now, why not? It's basically just mess around videos that I like to do. Because that's what I like to do in real life, is just like, I have a camera, especially with my iPhone, it works really well because I have slow-mo, and so on. So that's why I like to just mess around. And yeah. So I'm probably going to be putting up more just random videos like that on this channel at some point. Also, like with, there was bloopers. The blooper reel from first semester in radio and television, I might put that up. Well, I probably should at some point. It takes a long time to find all those things because there's a lot in there. From second semester, we didn't really record with a camera, of course, so there's not really blooper reels for that, although I probably, if only I had some of this audio that I just like was messing around with, because I'm really disorganized today, but for topics, it was basically, we had this one assignment, which we're supposed to be making a story. And with the story, like, there was some other people in our class that are just like, yeah, so, we have this one character called Mr. Sudoku. Can you do a voice for us? And I'm just like, Mr. Sudoku! I like to do all the voices and stuff like that. I don't know. But, yeah, I was doing that, and they're just like, yeah, it's good. I like it. And that's totally their voices, because they are female, and that's how all females sound. Obviously. But, yeah. There was a lot of just really random things in the recording booth when we were just doing voices, and then I just did my really racist German accent. I don't know if you can really call it racist, because it's just like, it's just messing around. And also, because, I mean, can you be racist towards people that you are partially? I don't know. I guess probably that's true. I mean, because like if you're Canadian, you can be racist against Canadian, or if you're German, or just like part anything like that, you can be racist against German. I don't know. That's probably what Hitler did. Hitler, he's the ultimate racist of himself as well. But anyway, topics. I'm really distracted. I was going to say as well to start off with that I need to get a haircut. Yep, that's the only thing that's different with me right now. Only thing. But, like, I haven't been shaving for a while, but I have at the same time. Because it looks more professional if I just, like, get the little bottom. I don't know if you can really notice that in the camera, but I know that there was somebody, a wise man once said, or somebody might call him really unwise, but just, like, make it look like you care. But even if you don't care, I mean, you just have to make it look like you care. So I'm just like, you know what? I do sort of like a little bit of the hair, and I'll just make it look like I care by shaving a bear. I have to do that rhymes. Oh, man. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to rhyming. That's why that Garfield rhyme limerick is... It's the top of the charts on iTunes. Could you imagine? Oh man, that'd be bad. But... yeah, so that... that's a thing. For just, like, appearance. Because also, like, speaking of, like, shirts and stuff, I'm dressed up with this ocarina and stuff for Halloween. Because there's a thing during Halloween where people usually dress up, yeah? So I'm just like, oh no, what do? I don't know what I should dress up as. So what I did is I grabbed my old Legend of Zelda hat that I got from Comic-Con, I grabbed my Master Sword, and, like, a sonic screwdriver. I had, like, a little satchel thing, and my ocarina. I keep picking this up because this is the only thing that's close to me. It's close to my heart. But, so yeah, I just put on all these things, and I'll put up a picture of me. I am a time-traveling hipster engineer. Yeah. That's time-traveling Legend of Zelda hipster engineer. That's what it is. And that's what I was. It was awesome. I'm really impressed with my costume because, I mean, it made no sense, but also at the same time made so much sense. At the time, I didn't know how to play the Song of Time, so I couldn't really time travel properly with my engineeringness. But that's the story. I'm going to do the backstory of why the time-traveling engineer existed. Basically, he originally was a U of A student, and he's just like, you know what? I'm really bored with the regular kind of, like, engineering. I mean, I don't want to build houses. I don't want to do all these sort of things. That's boring. So he looked into, like, various technologies, and he realized, you know what? I can build a sonic screwdriver. And, like, through that, he used it to build, and he, like, bought an ocarina, of course, too. Always gotta have the ocarina with you. So, he used his knowledge of engineering to construct a device that allows him to travel through time, using the power of music. And through that, like, as well, he's just like, you know what? That's why he chose Ocarina, because he was a big Zelda fan all throughout his entire life. And he was like, you know what? I need to time travel using the power of Legend of Zelda. And then also, like, through his travels, he's picked up on many things. He stole the Master Sword. That's what it was, is that he actually found a way to go into alternate dimensions as well using the ocarina. So, he went and stole the Master Sword, and he's just like, aha! Now I have the ultimate power to destroy evil. And then he just ran away and let the Ocarina of Time timeline turn into the fallen timeline where Link dies. That's basically what happened, because, I mean, without the Master Sword, he's screwed anyway. So just like, you know what? I want a Link to the Past to happen. I want it to happen, so he just did that. I don't know if that's completely canon towards the time-traveling engineer hipster. Oh, I forgot about the hipsterness. Yeah, also with the hipster, why he's a hipster is because of the fact that, like, he's just like, oh yeah, I'm too cool. He turned into a hipster over the years. He originally was a Zelda fan, but he's just like, nah, I'm not a Zelda fan anymore. Nah, I'm too cool for Legend of Zelda. And then that's when he went into engineering, and he's just like, oh, I'm bored. You know what? Maybe Legend of Zelda is the way of doing things. And then he went on from there. But yeah, that's the story of the Legend of Zelda time-traveling engineer hipster, man. I had a lot of fun making that costume. That's probably the only costume that I'll actually be able to make, because I'm terrible. I'm absolutely terrible. I should dress up as that to Calgary Comic-Con. I don't know, because, like, that'd be hilarious, even though nobody would be, like, understanding, like, who are you? I'm just like, well, don't I have a story for you? But also, just from going like that made me think of another thing. Man, my topics are they are literally going to be all over the place today. Because it's early in the morning, as you can tell. Not because of the beard. Not because of that. If you can even see it in the camera, which you usually can't. Which is weird. It's always weird, but... Anyway. I haven't been working out for like the past month and a half or something like that. And it shows. I'm getting really skinny again. That's why I'm just like... It's a good thing I'm wearing this really heavy hoodie because if I was wearing my regular hoodie, you would definitely be able to tell. Oh, it's getting bad. But a couple of weeks ago, I did actually start to play hockey with some friends in radio again, which is pretty awesome. Like, we were just... Thursdays were the days that we basically had a lot of time to do whatever, because our classes ended at 2 instead of the usual 3 or 4, so, like, drop-in hockey at Nate, it starts from 1 o'clock and goes until 4, most days. I wrote a remote on this, so I should know, but, yeah, there's drop-in hockey, and we're just like, hey, why don't we play hockey? I didn't join them until still a couple of weeks ago. 2 weeks. The gun of weeks. Kevin Weeks. But if only Kevin Weeks was there. Ooh. And also then we'd actually have another goalie. But the first week we had 2 goalies. I was skating around. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to get back into things. I'm going to learn how to play hockey again. And yeah, I'm really bad. I was just like, I was always bad to begin with, but that was the time I could not skate anymore pretty much, because I was just like, hold up, guys. I'm gonna make it. Duh. And then I fall to the ground, which I fell through the ice, of course, onto the ground. That's how bad I was. And yeah, I could not skate because I was just way too tired. Then last week, when I actually went, it was a lot better. I could actually, like, I got my endurance back, so I'm feeling better, at least in that sense that I might be able to get back up to where I was before for supreme muscle mass. Ugh. Even if I'm getting skinny again, but because of the fact that, like, once you go skinny, it's easy to get back to where you were before for muscle mass and athleticism. That just made me think of something that's not even close to being on my list, but I'm going to plug in my camera first because it's starting to blink at me. Okay, I think the camera's somewhat in the right spot of where it was before. I don't know. But yeah, something of just like that I really don't like when people just... I know that I'm the worst for people, like, I'm a massive hypocrite when it comes to just like talking, because I hate it when people pronounce words incorrectly. Well, this is not really incorrectly as much as like it's completely a different word. And they're not saying the right word, they're saying the wrong word for a different meaning. Because people say enunciate. There's a lot of people in radio that say enunciate. It's enunciate. I enunciate my words, I enunciate something or other of announcing. I don't really remember the definition of that, but enunciate. That's a lot different than enunciate, and everybody always says enunciate, and they say it even worse than that. They can't even pronounce enunciate. They can't say it that way. Even though that's the word they're trying to say, but they're not at the same time they're trying to say enunciate. I don't know. It just bothers me a little bit. That's completely irrelevant, but yeah, also, I guess, while I'm in the neighborhood, I might as well talk a little bit about radio. Second semester's been going pretty well. Well, it went pretty well. It's over now, of course, because it's on Christmas break now. We're on Christmas break, and it's been fun. Because I've had, like, a day off so far. A day off of working harder than what I usually did in radio. So, although, like, yeah, because in radio, I'm going to say about that now, Mario Kart. Mario Kart Double Dash was pretty much, like, all we did for a long amount of time. Because, like, in the Jock Lounge, which I found out why they call it the Jock Lounge, because it's a radio jock. I just didn't understand that for the longest time. Like, are we supposed to be like hockey players or something like that, or just sports people? Because that's what a jock is. As opposed to a nerd, you're a jock, you know. So yeah, we would just like be playing. We played Mario Kart Double Dash. Like that's all we did for a lot of the time. Just like we have some breaks. Let's play Mario Kart. So everybody in my class, like they're getting really good at Mario Kart now, which is weird. It's like to begin with, I won every single race. And then people are just like, yeah, you're probably... The reason why you're so good is because you play video games. Like, that's your job. I'm just like, well... Partially, but also because all you guys suck. Mostly because they suck. And now that they're actually starting to get pretty good at the game. Not get good. Get good! Get on my level, bro! But yeah, it's kind of weird because now like I win every like 3 races or something like that. I don't know, but it's strange a little bit to me. So yeah, radio. We did a bunch of production things. I might actually release that on this channel as well. I just noticed like you might be able to see any of my notes. I only have a couple things all written on my hand, but I have my hand towards the camera. Don't choke. But yeah, we did some production stuff for like just audio. That is, I like to think that it's fairly funny for some things. We wrote it still for the little drama thing that I did a voice for Mr. Sudoku for somebody else. Like for our drama, I wrote a script. It's only supposed to be 3 minutes, but like the original script I wrote was like 10 or 20. It was a really funny script. I wish I would have kept it. I think I might have kept like a little bit of it. I don't know. But it's really depressing that I had to cut so much and it's only 3 minutes now. And like there's a lot of things in it that you can really tell that was going to have some implications later on, because I talk about like, oh, as long as there's no clowns involved, I should be fine. And like when they're gonna go into the bank, because this is a bank heist, of course, and when they're gonna go into the bank, they're just gonna like, oh no, clowns! It's National Clown Day, that they're all going and like doing their taxes or something. And then like the guy was gonna freak out and start shooting everyone. And it was like, no, we're not supposed to be killing these people. We're just trying to rob a bank. You idiot! And I mean, like, it was gonna be amazing. I loved it, but like the thing itself is pretty good. I don't know. I might release that as a video, like on this channel, even though it's not video, it's only audio. I have like a lot of just only audio things that, I mean, I could put up. I don't know. That's up for other people to decide, and maybe a little bit of my own. I don't know. So, other things. I'm just gonna keep doing this because like that's the only way I can move my hand, because I can't move this hand at all. And it really bothers me, because I like to talk with my hands. These hands, you do not know where they've been. They've seen many deaths. And many monies. That's what it is. Lots of laundry money. Yeah, and by that I'm literally meaning, well, you know when you have like money in your pocket and then you like get them washed through the laundry, and then you're just like, oh man, this $20 is just like all destroyed now. I get a lot of laundry money. Which I know that like that wouldn't be too bad anymore, because like all the money in Canada is basically made out of plastic. Let's just see this. I'm gonna show people, for those who don't know, Canadian money. Hey, there's the Queen. Oh. It's made out of plastic. It's like, this thing would never, like, if you pour water all over it, nothing would happen. It doesn't matter. Compared to the old money, which was paper. It was paper, and it just like, yeah, you're screwed. I don't know, probably if you have enough water on this money, then it just like, it would, but... Oh, I just dropped the 20 on the ground. Then I threw it on the ground! But, yeah. There's also, like, that was a little, like, security piece on the side. It makes it harder to counterfeit. That's what I hear. Which it probably would be, because they're just, like, having translucent pieces on your money. It's a little bit difficult to counterfeit that. I would think. But going back to gaming and stuff like that during the summer, because I haven't done one of these things since, like, the summer. And longer. And longer. And longer! Pretty much. Which I might almost want to start the thing out with, nah, I'm just gonna say with my gaming stuff. Gaming stuff. Switching over to gaming, then switching it back over to other random stories, which may or may not relate to gaming, but may or may not. Not. So, for during the summer, for like, I always have to be completing another game. That's my thing. I used to be really much, I was an achievement whore. I was just always going around like, I need to get all the money of achievements. I got my mind stuck on money because I just threw it on the ground. I'm just like, oh, I probably should pick that up before I forget. And then I just like, oh yeah, what do my $20 goes? That's proper English, obviously. But yeah, I used to be like all over the achievements, all over them. And with that, yeah, during the summer I usually like to complete another game. I played a lot of Dark Souls 1 during the summer. I did like another couple characters in the game Because I played as a mage, and I played as, like, a dexterity build. Well, I would say a sorcerer, not a mage, because that's what they're called in the game, but... But, yeah, so... I need to clear my throat more in the mornings. Mornings, man! But, yeah, I did a lot of Dark Souls. I got a bunch of achievements in that, but the games I completed during the summer, specifically, I don't remember. That's why I had to look over there. Dead Rising. Dead Rising Case Zero. That's what I did. It was the free thing in Games with Gold, like, I don't know, April or something like that. It was free. That was the main thing. It was free before, and I'm just like, you know what, I'll play it at some point. I played it during the summer. I was going to record on it, but I'm just like, nah. It wasn't really worth it. It was a pretty short little thing. It was fun, but I mean, most of the time I was just looking up guides of how to get the achievements. So I 100%ed that. I think it was only like 200 or 400 gamer score. I think it's probably 200. I'm pretty sure it is 200 for during like arcade games and stuff like that. So I got 200 off of that. I completed that, so I got up to like 7 or maybe 8 games completed, and then I got up to another one after that because I completed Banjo-Tooie for the achievements. I didn't get 100% in the game, like for collecting jiggies and all that, but I did get 100% in the achievements, which is all that matters. I think that was still another like 200 or 400. So that was my summer, at least, of achievements. And for games I was playing, I just played a ton of World of Tanks during the summer. Like, that's all I did, because Steven, aka Surge Hunter, aka the Van of Graphs, I don't know, I'm just making things up off the fly. He got me addicted to World of Tanks, and I'm just like, I gotta get the tiger! The tiger! I have the power! That's what I was sort of thinking of when I did that, but... yeah, so I was trying to get the tiger, I got it, I got to, like, I think I might have even got the Tiger 2, or something like that. I think that's what comes after the tiger, for the German tanks. Because you always got to have the German tanks. Oh, yeah. Das ist not even, this is nichts gut heute. Und, ja, I don't know. That's what I was doing before. Like, that's a callback to what I was going to do before. Because I was going to talk about, like, my German accent thing, but it's not very good. But we just did that a ton in the booth, and it was hilarious. And that's what the bloopers would be from this semester, if there were any. So, yeah, World of Tanks, I played that a lot. And I don't know. Oh, yeah, I played Fire Emblem Awakening. I gotta say that. For those who haven't played Fire Emblem, or just haven't played Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS, and if you have a 3DS, even if you don't have one, that's a game to be picking up. The first, like, half hour, as I like to say, it's kind of like an anime of sorts. Because there's a lot of cutscenes to begin things, and I'm just like, wow, these are really well put together cutscenes. I was amazed. And then, like, the gameplay after that, I'm just like, wow, this is really fun. Because it's like, there are squares, and you use the squares like Risk. But probably not, because I don't really remember playing Risk exactly, and how you play it. But, there's a strategy game, look it up, Fire Emblem Awakening, just like the Fire Emblem series, it's pretty fun. I enjoy it. And I need to still complete that game, because I'm only, like, halfway done. And I think I pretty much only played it just because of Smash Bros. Which, both of them are actually out now, and they're amazing. I've been playing that non-stop. Playing that with friends, playing 8-player Smash. I wish I could play 8-player Smash, like, recording. Actually, I could anyway, because I could just play with 8 bots. The tables have turned. And now I must do that. At some point, maybe. I don't know. What else did I do during the summer? Dead Rising. Oh, yeah. Also, because, like, the summer was pretty much all the time that I actually got to play games for the past while. Because, like, during a semester of radio, I don't have time. I just don't have the time. So, I played as well during the summer Trials Fusion. Because, I mean, I wanted to play a Trials game. Because, I mean, I played some Trials with some friends. And I'm just, like, playing 4-player competitive. It was competitive. No co-op at all. And it was really fun. It was really fun. You could do the bails and just like, aha, I'm nearing the end. And then you die. Pretty much, that's the way. Or you just bail like way too early and just like, oh, there's like 5 checkpoints left. I'm an idiot. So, yeah, that was really fun. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll see what Trials Fusion's all about. Because that was like the cheapest one at the time because I had like a sale during the summer for Trials Fusion, because it's the newest one. And so with that was also partially the reason because it was the newest one. That's why I wanted to play it. And it's fun for the first bit. It gets way too hard, and I don't like it after that. Because some of the things you have to do in that game, why? It's a motorcycle game. Just do it like in the browser-based things that you do, like all the kids used to do. Probably a lot of people still play those, which I don't like them, actually. I don't like the browser-based things that are just like, you're a little motorcycle, try to go across the terrain. But, like, I do like to play an official game that's, like, three-dimensional, that's easy. The easy levels are amazing, but, like, after that, I'm just like, oh. The momentum-based, that's what it is. The easy momentum-based ones. The ones that are just like, you have to take 20 minutes to get over this little lip that's, like, as big as your thumb, and it's like, why? I don't like it. I do and I don't like Trials. It's a love-hate, hate relationship. There's still a little bit of love in there, but mostly hate. So I'm not playing that. Like, I was going to record some videos on that. Never. I'm never going to record anything on that. Unless it's just like, this is why I don't like to play Trials anymore. So, yeah. I'm just going to keep looking at my board now for topics. This is another one of those ones that is going to be, like, heavier edited, probably. Just for, like, 5 seconds, I'm just going, oh. Actually, I don't even need to do that, because I just, like, thought of other things about, during the summer specifically. I've had this written up on my board since the summer, so I should remember it. I have a photographic memory, at least a little bit. My photographic memory is losing its abilities as I get older here, but it's mostly because I'm not having to memorize things in school. That's the problem, so I probably should have to... But then again, when I was at the U of A doing, like, all those things and stealing the engineer band, I didn't do as much as I probably should have for, like, memorizing and stuff, and that's why I did terrible. But that's besides the point. I don't know. I don't know where the rainbow goes. All I know is that computing sciences are not my thing. But during the summer, there's a bunch of people getting married of my friends. Well, at least there's two that I went to. And specifically before this one friend of mine was getting married, like, I went to his bachelor party. I believe that's what it's called. And I might even just tell about, like, the place we went to had some really amazing, crazy food. I talked to Surge Hunter about this, like, in a video. I don't think that actually went out because it was just us talking and we're just like, well, we're gonna do some GTA, but in a little while. So, basically, the food there was amazing. It was chicken waffle. I had chicken and waffle. Just ignore that. Anyway. But yeah, chicken and waffle, pretty good. You wouldn't really think that chickens and waffles, the plurals of both. It just looks odd now. Why is this so odd? But you don't think that would really go together, but like the stuff they put on the waffles of just like the syrup that you just like drizzle on, that stuff that they put like infused with the chicken very well, and it tasted delicious. But like after that we went and like played D&D and stuff, and after that it was pretty late at night. I'm not too sure when it was, I don't remember. But the problem with that, I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna take the LRT. The LRT is just like a train system, you know, light rail transit or something like that. I think that's what LRT stands for. But it's not lettuce ringtones. It's a ringtone that you have that's all lettuce. Just somebody shaking lettuce. I don't know. But, yeah, so for that, I don't even know where to start, but I was going to go on the LRT. I cannot, my words are now slipping into one. I'm just going to start mumbling from now on. That's the rest of the video. But still, like, as I was saying, I was going to go on the LRT to end things off, and just like, yeah, because I parked at the stadium, because that's a place where you can park that is at an LRT station. The problem with that is that was the one night that the LRTs were not running. But, like, I just got somebody from the Dungeons & Dragons thing that we were doing I'm just like, yeah, just drive me to this one LRT station. I'll just like, I'll make it from there. And that's when I noticed, like, just as he was driving away, I was going inside, and actually it was past when he was driving away, because I just like went inside and it was really dark in the station. Really dark. Because it's still like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I don't know. The LRT still should be running regularly, as far as I know. At least in Calgary they would be. I don't know about in Edmonton, but still, like, I was going around, I'm just like, why is it so quiet in here? Why is it so dark? Why are there little, like, signs saying, oh no, you cannot go on this? And that's when I realized the trains were not running that one day. That one day. So, yeah, I was stranded in an LRT station. This was my birthday as well, by the way. During the summer. It went over to my birthday because it was after 12 o'clock. It was the 9th when we went. It was the 12th. I mean, we skipped a couple days. It was a long night. Yeah. It was a long night of D&D. We played for 3 days in a row. But no, it was like, it flipped over to the 10th, so it was the beginning of my birthday. I'm just like, yeah. So, I'm stranded in an LRT station. It's actually kind of hard to say LRT. LRT. Enunciation. Not annunciation. There's a difference. So, yeah. Same with, like, effect and effect. That's another thing that bothers me, but that's wordages. That doesn't matter. So I was just sitting there on the bench and just like, what should I do? I have my phone here. Who should I phone? Should I phone my sister? Wake her up during the night? Or phone, and text the guy who, like, had the bachelor party, and it was his wedding, like, the next week. I'm just like, well, at least he's already up. I guess maybe I should just text him, but luckily enough, he did actually respond to me, and I made it out of there alive. It was very late at night, and he still did, like, do that for me, which is like, just like, this is the best birthday present ever. Oh, man, because that was really awesome, like, when you're alone at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, I still don't remember when. It was still very late, that's all I remember. It was very late, I was very tired, I was just, like, walking around dancing, you know, just having some fun, because that's what I do when if there's nobody else around. When there's nobody else around, that's when I feel the most comfortable. And I'm just like, you know what? It doesn't matter what's happening right now. There's a lot worse things that could happen. I did actually see a couple taxis drive by, and I'm just like, I probably could have got those, but I'm not going to bother with taxis. Because my friend, his friends will be friends, blah, 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 blah. I don't remember the rest of the song. It's Queen. Look it up. Your friends will... No, that's not really... Anyway. I'm getting very confused. So, I was basically thinking, like, still, it's late at night, it doesn't really matter. Things will work out in some way or other. I will find a way, somebody will find a way. And, yeah, I didn't care. That's basically, when you're in a situation like that, just relax. Because if I didn't have him there, something would have happened. Either I would have got one of those taxis, or I could have just slept on the bench outside. I don't know. Because, I mean, it wouldn't be possible to walk. It's a good distance away. I would probably get to my car from walking at, like, 1 or 2 o'clock. I probably would have got there by, like, sunrise or something like that. So, it would have been bad. It would have been really bad. Even then, it would probably be after the sun got up. So, yeah, I've been talking about that for way too long. It was an interesting experience during the summer, but, I mean, it's not a very... It's a character-defining thing, but not at the same time. So, other things. I'm amazed at how fast I'm actually going through these topics, because considering I usually go off topic, which I have so far a lot, I'm not that far off of getting, like, everything that I wanted to talk about through. Because the other thing that I wanted to talk about from during the summer, which really bothered me a lot, is that basically, I say basically a lot, yeah, and that during the semester, people didn't really like that when I say basically and like a lot. And that's all my vocabulary is. Like, basically, like, basically. So, I know that at least during these videos, I say so and but a lot. But that's That's because of the fact it's a good cutting point. You cut right there, and then you just go bam, bam, bam. It makes sense. For these videos specifically, it makes sense. In my opinion. In my opinion. Anyway, there was a lot of things during the summer I just found that it's weird. It's really, really weird, specifically about Weird Al and stuff like that. I was thinking for the longest time, just like, wow, Weird Al is not really relevant anymore. He hasn't done anything for a long, long time. And then all of a sudden during the summer, like I was even talking to people about this. I was just saying like how irrelevant he is nowadays. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, seemingly, he's just like, hey, I have another album. I did a lot of more parodies of songs about like royals and whatever else. I don't know music nowadays. Even though I'm in radio, I probably should, but I don't. All I know about music nowadays is Weezer, Back to the Shack on NR92. And just like, I guess I've heard a bit of Taylor Swift. She's popular nowadays, right? She's coming to Edmonton. That's another thing that what we're supposed to be talking about on air. So, yeah, I was thinking like he's not relevant anymore. He's not relevant at all. Bah. And apparently he is now. There's another thing that I'm just like, this isn't really relevant anymore. I was talking about Hot Tub Time Machine. I was talking to, I don't even know who it was, but I was just saying like, hey, Hot Tub Time Machine, it was a good movie, you should go see it. The thing about that is like, it's not really relevant anymore, and yeah, they're probably never going to have a sequel, but then maybe they could have a sequel just with different characters, because the story of Hot Tub Time Machine, it wraps itself up quite well at the end, because it's like, hey, we solved our problems. Let's live life, bitches! And stuff like that. And from there, they have a good life. No, you don't. You don't do that to me. Ah, no. That should not even happen, because, I mean, if I'm recording audio, my computer screen should not turn off. But apparently it does. That's different. So I was saying, like, Hot Tub Time Machine, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then apparently, I haven't actually found it yet, but they have said... I probably should have looked this up just to be sure, but I heard, if nothing else, there's a rumor that Hot Tub Time Machine 2 is going to be coming out. So, Hot Tub Time Machine 2, I'm just like, wow. I just said this wasn't relevant, now it is relevant again. What the heck? So, like, everything I've been talking about is just like, yeah, that's irrelevant nowadays. Wait a second, no it isn't. It was weird. During the summer, a lot of that happened, and it was freaking me out, man. It was freaking me out! Doing too many drugs, man! So, I think that's pretty much all I had to say about this summer. So, if it was like, if I was doing this during the summer, I would actually have a shorter video-ish, because I wouldn't have been talking about the semester. And I've already talked about that a bit, about radio. The best thing about radio, I still think, is like doing the on-air stuff. It was so much fun. I might, ooh, that's another idea. I could put an air check up on this channel. That might be a good idea at some point. Because an air check, for those that don't know, it's essentially like trying to show people the best of your stuff, of your on-air breaks that you've had. And I know that one of them, I was talking about the Country Ma'am cookies in Japan, that they have a new brand, not new brand, but... See, this is why I had it written down at the time, because it was so much easier just to talk about it. When you're just writing down all the important facts, and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to list these off. And now we're going to talk about this. Have you ever wanted to drink cookies? Well, now you can, with the Countryman brand. It is, basically, they have the same ingredients as the cookies themselves, so it tastes like exactly that you were drinking vanilla Countryman brand cookies. I actually remembered a lot of that. I'm amazed. It was basically that exact same delivery. Yeah, I can't pronounce things today, which is funny because that's why I'm such much of a hypocrite. Hypocrites. Gotta have those hypocrites and go to the Bites Cafe, which nobody likes. Yeah. Oh, that makes me think of promotions. I don't want to talk about promotions because it sucked. Band in a box. Nobody cares. Nobody, like, ever wants to know. Nobody wants to tell you what their favorite artist is. Because most of the time, they're just like, I don't know. At least if somebody asked me, I would just say Queen. Because, I mean, that's, like, the only band that I have, like, a lot of their songs on my phone. That's basically the way of determining what band is my favorite at the current time. It's just like, how many songs do I have on my phone which are these? So that's what I did. That's what I would do, is I would just say Queen. Other than that, like, I don't know. The semester went really well. It just kind of flew by, and I just, like, did on-air stuff. That was the best. Remotes were good-ish. Not really. Remotes were terrible. I don't like remotes, which is basically like doing a commercial live, and you have to just talk like, oh man, these are the best things ever. You should come down here right now, and it's going to be the best thing you've ever done. Oh man, so good. Like, I don't want to entice people to do things. I mean, if you want to, you can do this. If you don't want to, I don't care. That's generally my policy for things. In terms of other things going on with my channel, at least, for YouTube and so on, gaming-wise, like, November was a good month, obviously, for just, like, games coming out. It was awesome. I would almost want to say about the Master Chief Collection, but that's been beaten. It's been beaten to a pulp because it's just like, why? Why does it not work? It just doesn't. And it takes ages to find a match, even with the patches. And, like, that's probably why I'm just going to be playing a lot more Halo 4 in the future, and I'm just like, oh, man, why? But there's been a lot of games coming out. I still need to play. There's Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker that's just, like, staring me down right now. Oh, man, those eyes of Captain Toad. Please, no! Ah! And then he murders me. Murders me with turnips, which is the worst kind of death. Because nobody likes turnips to begin with. That's why he whacks people over the head with them. And kills everyone. Toad is a mass murderer. You need to watch out for him, man. He's dangerous. But also, like, NES Remix came out the same day. Super Smash Bros. Like, I have a lot of Wii U games now. I have a lot of them. Oh. I remember something else that I was going to talk about. And I can't believe I forgot about it and I didn't write it down. Secret Santa. We had a Secret Santa. Oh man, my nose. I need to blow my nose, I think. Anyway, yeah, so he's had a Secret Santa. Secret Santa. A Santa of secrets! And humanity that will be saved through the powers of Santa Claus. But yeah, we had a Secret Santa thing. I'm a terrible regifter. That's all I do for Christmas and stuff like that, because I'm just like, I don't know what to get you, so I'm gonna get something that's new. I haven't used it. I don't want it, though. So, I gave, like, my Secret Santa guy some, like, iPhone headphones that, you know, it has the little, like, mic on the side. It's really crappy, I still think. They're not that great, so I'm just like, they're supposed to be, like, a $5 gift. So I'm just like, yeah, that's probably around $5, but just to be fair, because they were free, I'll put in a $5 bill along with it. So, like, the guy that I had, he really loved those. He's just like, wow, these are real expensive, man. I'm just like, I don't know about that. I don't know. I would say that since they're free still, they're free when you ever buy an iPhone, they are, like, worthless. They're so priceless in the best kind of way that they cost no money at all. They have so much price, yet so little at the same time. So yeah, that's what happened for that. And what I got in return, oh man, actually I just thought, like, I have a couple more topics to talk about. Why am I so bad at remembering things, man? But what I got was Source Code. A movie from 2011. It said on the back, just like, one of the most riveting videos of 2011. This is Source Code, the game. Oh man, I'm peeking. I thought it was gonna be, like, close enough, but not at the same time. The game, the movie, the experience. That's all I wanted to do close to the mic. The game, the movie, the experience. That's not peeking at all, is it? Huh? Huh? That one was peeking. Anyway, so, yeah, I got Source Code, and, like, I just watched that. It was the weekend directly after. I just watched it. I'm just like, you know what? I want to see what this thing's about. I bought Guardians of the Galaxy because I'm just like, I want to see this, not in theaters, because when I was in theaters, there was, like, there was, like, some sort of children, I think, in the front, and they were making noise, and I didn't I could not pay attention to the beginning scene. So, like, throughout the entire movie, I didn't understand, like, why was there a beginning portion with a child, and then all of a sudden, it just switched to modern future day? What's happening? But, yeah, I was confused with that. So I wanted to get Guardians of the Galaxy again, but first, I'm just like, I want to watch Source Code, because I got this as a gift. It looks pretty amazing, because there's a guy at the front that he looked like Ryan Gosling to me. I'm just like, ooh, hello there. But he's like Jake Gyllenhaal. I think that's his name, or something like that. I know it's Gyllenhaal. And he had a gun, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna do something to you. And it involves bullets. Maybe. Or it just involves pointing this gun somewhere, you know, painful. But yeah, so Source Code. It's an amazing movie. I think that's one of my favorite movies now. I had no idea what it was about. Because, I mean, the back of the case is very cryptic. It's just like, this man needs to solve the problem and save all these lives. It doesn't even say anything about 8 minutes. He has 8 minutes to live within this, like, instance, and he just has to keep going back and back over and over again, trying to save everyone and just, like, find out where the bomb is on the train, who did it. It's like, it's almost like a murder mystery and, like, with time travel in a way. And that's, like, the thing that I love most for stories and stuff like that, because that's one of my reasons why I love Majora's Mask, because it's like, you're doomed. There's 3 days to try to save everyone as much as you can, and you just keep going through those 3 days over and over again. You figure out over the course of playing it over and over again what's going to happen. And it's like, this is going to happen at 10:15 on day 1. This is going to happen at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on day 2, so I can get into this door, which normally you can't get into. It's just like, but through playing it over and over again, you get to know all these little things. It's like that, but in movie form. Because it's just like, oh, yeah, I know these first few seconds very well. Just like, oh, the coffee, opening up the little, like, soda, and just like, oh, yeah, don't pick up that phone. Don't pick it up, no. And it's like, that's, oh man, I just love that kind of story. I don't want to spoil it if people haven't seen Source Code. But, I mean, I recommend it. If you like at least things dealing with just, like, going over and over and over again within a few minutes of time, well, at least in this case, or still, like, with Majora's Mask 3 days, and just, like, you have to find out what happened, and in a certain amount of time. I might be hyping it up more than what the movie is, but, I mean, I love it. It's, like, it's a brilliant idea, which has been done before-ish. I don't know about in movie form, but, I mean, like, the idea of it has been done before. And it's a good idea. More movies need to do that. If they just had a whole line of Source Code movies, I would probably watch them all. As long as they have, like, that riveting of a story within, like, on the train and stuff. It was pretty awesome. There probably could be another scenario that is like that, which would be just as exciting or even more. It depends. So that's, like, my story about, like, with Source Code. I enjoy the movie, blah, 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 blah. The other story I want to tell, I'm running out of time. I'm running low on time before getting this down to lower than an hour. Because, I mean, I never want to go over an hour for a one-man podcast or whatever. And so on and so forth. But my last story before I do a quick tour, because that's what I want to do, it's not going to be very long of a tour, trust me. I went to Best Buy the other day. And, you know, it's just a regular kind of thing. I was originally looking for the Amiibo toys. I wanted to find Diddy Kong and Little Mac, because they're impossible to find. But I was just going there and I'm just, like, finding games as usual for 20 bucks. I like to buy a lot of the cheap games, because that's what I do. I collect games. And specifically the ones when they go cheap, because it's a lot easier to collect them than collecting $60 a piece for a game. I went around, I was buying games, and just like blah, 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 blah. And it was really weird, because Best Buy, they never have things in cases. Sometimes, like, if you're going to Walmart, I'm guessing, like, in most Walmarts nowadays, are like the ones here in Canada, where they don't have a glass case. They have some glass cases somewhere in Canada still for Walmarts as well, but the one I go to, they don't have a glass case, they just have, like, security cases over the game. So you can pick up the game with the security case over top of it and go to the cashier and just like, hey, you can take this off for me, I'll pay for the game, blah, 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 and you win. You get the game from paying. That's a very important point here. What happened at Best Buy, though, is that I had 5 games. One was the one in a case. It was Beyond Two Souls. Regularly, it's like $30, but it was on sale for 15, which is weird because it was cheaper than all the cheap games, which are usually $20. And I was going up to the counter, and the usual thing around Christmas time, or getting close to Christmas, anything in December, basically, when you buy games, they're just like, oh, so, are any of these presents? And I'm just like, no? Yeah, and then they usually get the other response of, actually, it's not usual. This is a different response that I've ever got from somebody. Just like, well, do you work with games then? I'm just like, well, it's funny you ask. I sort of do, I guess. I'm in radio right now, but I also do this YouTube thing. And he's just like, oh yeah, YouTube. I do YouTube. I just got an Elgato. I believe that's what he had. He had an Elgato, and he's just like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I asked him, like, yeah, how many subscribers do you have? He's just like, how many do you have? I'm just like, yeah, I have 18,000, around that. I don't really pay attention too much. And he's just like, oh, okay, I probably should be subscribing to you then. And he just like wrote down Glacier Kano, and he's going to be doing that. And I guess from this conversation, he just wasn't paying attention well enough. He didn't actually scan my one game of Beyond Two Souls. I didn't notice it at the time. He didn't notice it. And like I asked him, like, so for this cased game, like it looked like he scanned it. He went over the little thing. And like I was asking during this as well, just like, so for this case, you don't take it off here? Just like, no, you just take it off at the door. It's the usual Best Buy thing of whenever you buy a game, or buy anything for that matter, they always check it at the door, just like, yep, you bought this. You can go now. And so I went up to the door, I'm just like, here. I didn't even say anything, actually. I just kind of like, because there was a person, like, there was a woman in front of me, and I'm just like, I don't want to talk anymore. Because she went through and it was taking forever. So there was only one person in front of me at the door, but I just like waited a couple of seconds. Then he took off the game case, he put it over the little thing to make it so then it doesn't trip security, and he circled the receipt as usual. And I walked out the door, and like the whole time, like after this, I was in the car, I'm just thinking like, wait a second, I had 5 games, right? I paid $84. Because, like, with taxes or something like that, I'm pretty sure it was around $84. And with that, I'm just like, that doesn't seem right. 5 games for $85, basically. I don't know. What happened to that one game? So I went and, when I got home, I checked the receipt, and I'm just like, yep, that's a reason why. It only had the 4 $20 games listed on there. And the $15 Beyond Two Souls wasn't on the list. So I got Beyond Two Souls on PS3 for free from Best Buy. Because the guys there, apparently their security systems are not very good. And they don't pay attention enough. So maybe, like, next time what I should do is I should just buy a couple games, which are red herrings, they'll never know. And basically, then the rest of them are all just, like, the cased ones. And then make it look like, it still needs to outnumber them, but I mean, you just walk in there and just like, yeah, this is normal. But I mean, I guess, if you just like act like you're trying to go through it like that, I mean, they'd think that something's up. It would be very noticeable that just like, that's not normal. So, I don't know. I was lucky that one time. I kind of felt bad, actually, in a way, because I'm just like, oh, it's $15 I probably should have paid. But I didn't know, they didn't know. No harm done. That's at least what happens in my opinion. So, I was lucky. I still need to go back to Best Buy. Hopefully they won't say anything about it, because now that I walked out the door, I'm pretty sure I can't be, like, they don't pay, I don't have to pay for it again. Like, if I went back there to be like, hey, you didn't pay, I'd be like, well, you did it. It was your guys' fault, so. But I need to go back there just to, like, see if I can pre-order the Meta Knight Amiibo. Those are too close of names, but yeah. That's basically all I had to talk about for today. I'm basically at the 1 hour mark. I'm getting really close to it, so that's why I'm gonna have my quick tour, which I don't really need this mic for, so transitioning over and probably unplugging my thing here. Let's just do this. My room is very messy. Aw, man. But I want to show... And also, I haven't, like, put my games back on here. Yeah, this is gonna die for my camera. But, let's just look at all the games I have. That's one of my rows. Yeah, that's where my camera was sitting. Don't judge that I use papers to make it level as well. But, there's games up there. There's games up here. There should be GTA 5 over there, but I'm just lazy. Yeah, because I haven't put... I'm lazy at least in a sense for these two, because I haven't put them away, like, and listed them. But I'm running out of space. I'm seriously running out of space for my games. It's kind of crazy, but basically what this tour is, of sorts, is essentially just showing off how many games that I have. I have 1,000,000. 1,000,002. Look at all that. And also, these are like the most amount of Wii U games you've probably ever seen in your life. Especially that, just ignore those on the side there. I accidentally bought Rayman Legends twice. Yeah. But, and also, like, that Assassin's Creed thing came with Assassin's Creed 4, which I got now. Because it was like a double pack, and... Wait, did I actually... I put them together like that. I don't know if I did that on purpose or what. And also my camera was, like, down here. Oh, look at my hands! Ah! Anyway... yeah, so there was a thing there. And also, over here, there is also my amiibos. I have all... I wish, like, I did get Zelda. I wish I could have got Diddy Kong and the other thing. My camera's gonna die in, like, a couple seconds here. So let's see if I can go faster. It's so... There's receipts. That's the one that I got from Best Buy. Stuff. There's, like, I have Star Wars Bounty Hunter, 2 of them now, which is amazing. One of them, like, together, they form the best Star Wars Bounty Hunter condition game that I ever had. There's Beyond Two Souls, there's a lot of games. I have a lot of PS3 games, even though the fact I've never actually played PS3 yet. It's kind of crazy, considering it's on top of an Xbox One. Also, my R2-D2 thing. There's Wii U. Yeah, see, this is my setup. Setup and a half. Oh, yeah. And then there's that. That monstrosity of, like... This one PVR is broken now, by the way. So I'm not going to be using component anymore. It's all HDMI. This PVR right there, it's all HDMI now. It's kind of sad. I need to get another one of these ones, though, because I need to record for Xbox like that. I need to. Just ignore that. That's a retainer. And that's another Kinect thing for Xbox One. And then over here... Audacity's still running, even though you cannot hear it really in the background. And so on and so forth. There's Garfield. Oh yeah, look at that guy. He knows what he's doing. Just staring at me all the time. So, yeah. That's pretty much the way things are. Also, I need to show the walls. That. And that. That's the most important thing. Oh yeah. But yeah, I need to get more amiibos. I'm still surprised that my camera hasn't died because it's really, really blinking at me right now. But I'm going to be getting more. Pikachu has a face, apparently, according to my camera, which I wouldn't doubt it, because look at that. Pikachu. Pikachu. Yeah. Amiibos, they're expensive. I'm going to find my way to get Diddy Kong and Little Mac. And that's a tour. A tour and a half. Mostly for this. Oh, I can't believe it. It's a mess. I have my Wii on the side there. I forgot about that. It's really messy on the ground, too. I need to vacuum, but... A lot of games. A lot of time. A lot of Doctor Who and stuff. And source code. Which is actually still an amazing movie. But that's, I guess, a tour. A new and improved tour at the very end. Over an hour now. And, yeah. That is it for now, and I will see you next time where someday I'll actually be playing all these games. All of these games. That's too fast to be able to read them all. But I have a lot. Oh. Yes. Also, I have a lot of these now, too. Just saying. I just gotta show these before the camera dies. No, I can't go anymore. I can't pick up it with one hand, but you just gotta take my word for it that I have some games. These aren't even all my 3DS games, I have more than that. But, yeah, as I said, goodbye for now.